One panic attack has now set your life into complete misery. If anxiety is currently ruining your life, you're avoiding things, you're missing opportunities, you're not doing the normal things that you used to. It's ruining your life, your business, your family, and your mindset just feels on self-destruction, to be honest with you. Now you're here because you've probably listened to this video, you just click straight away. It feels different to the others. Why does it feel different? And I'm going to be fucking honest with you. It feels different because I've been there. I'm exactly in a similar situation. Not right now because I'm fully recovered. But I've been in a similar situation, not just once but twice. If you've read my book Turbulence, you'll understand, and I'll talk through why it happened twice first, just to give you some context. First time panic attack, right? Listened to all the information, got the information, did the Googling search, did the therapy, done the psychiatry, done all sorts of stuff. No answers, nothing to be able to recover. Just being offered medication. I don't fucking trust paracetamols, and now I'm being asked to take medication. It just worked, just something inside me worked me. I didn't like. It's just like I said. If you read my book, you'll have seen me. My mum had a stroke when I was about 13-year-old, and I could always remember her added in extra paracetamols, pain relief, not just one or two. Like I'm talking like a lot, you know. And some will say that weren't just the reason for a stroke, but let's be honest, it ain't fucking healthy, right? So anyway, so I've always had this thing. I didn't want to take medication, but I got the answers. I was in a deep, dark, desperate place. 21, 22-year-old. I was in the army at the time. I was on my own in the barracks, in my own room. Couldn't fucking get out of the room. Couldn't get up, couldn't sleep. Panic attacks daily, 24/7. Multiple times a day, not just once or twice. I'm talking like multiple, 20, 30 times a day. Chronic. And I recovered out of that loop through the information at Last Alive, a book called At Last Alive from Paul David. And it's exactly the reason why I do what I do today. It's exactly the reason why I help individuals in my shoes, business owners, entrepreneurs, successful, really successful, driven individuals. Why do I help those people? The book will help everybody, right? The book will help everybody. But I also genuinely feel like the people who I'm speaking about here right now struggle the most. And they struggle the most because they can't accept that this one thing has now started tearing their life apart, and they can't get a control over it, they can't handle it, they can't fight it. The more they fight it, the worse you get. Prove me if I'm wrong on that statement. Fully recovered, second time round. By the way, look at this view. I'll speak about why I'm doing this now after. Second time round, left the army, started a business. 22, around that age, 23-year-old. Had my first baby on the way, got 3 boys. He's now fucking nearly going on 14, crazy. I had to do something, started a business, and grew that business. It was really successful in the area. Anybody that's in the area will know exactly what I'm talking about. I grew it to multiple locations. Guess what? I thought it was fucking indestructible. Confidence of flying, money's flying. Going on whatever holidays you want. Goals, dreams, aspirations to move forward. 10 years later, 9 or 10 years later, I was in that business now because of the money, not because of the results or the transformation that I was trying to achieve for people. And I got to a point whereby I'd lost an enthusiasm for it. I was going home daily complaining to my wife that I fucking hate this now. Like, I don't get the same feeling from it anymore. And that went on. I had multiple locations, and I had multiple places to go every single morning. Getting up at 4 o'clock in the mornings, ready for it at 5:30. And weren't looking after myself anymore. Still exercising, that's all what I've always done since I was 16, 17 year old. Still exercising, but I'm fueling my body with nothing. You know, not really get any aspirational goals for my own physical well-being. And then I was going home complaining that I didn't have this thing in place anymore now. I was fucking really tired and bored of it, and it was draining the fuck out of me. And I thought, you know what, anxiety will never come back for me. And boom, out of nowhere, sat there in the car one afternoon with my family. I couldn't fucking feel my legs. My heart was racing. My head's fucking on fire. I'm having like delusions of weird intrusive thoughts at the same time, and it was consuming the volcano of anxiety. The build-up of the worry in the background has exploded again. And I'm in this cycle. Why me? This can't be me. I know the information. I know what's going on. I know that you have to allow a panic attack. I know that you have to, you know, let it all be and accept it and don't fight against any of it. I know what the symptoms mean. I know that they're only temporary. And boom, I'm in the fucking cycle again. I'm not joking you. Prevention is better than cure, and this is a fucking message. If you go through it second time, third time, the symptoms are fucking double the pain. I'm talking double the pain, new symptoms that you've never experienced before. I was going through this whirlwind, and where it put me was exactly where you shouldn't be. Googling, up at 3 AM, Googling the shit out of it. Going to doctors for help. I've been there before. I got fucking no answers, but I needed something because I was desperate. I'm on calls with anxiety coaches thinking, this fucking guy knows fuck all. Like, I'm in a desperate place, right, because I needed help at this current stage. But I knew straight away, this guy knows fucking nothing about it, because I know how to recover. I always had this deep desire inside of me that I believed, I knew I'd recover again, because I've had the information before. But I'd still found myself in a situation whereby I was sitting on the sofa. You know, I'd sit on the sofa rather than go and get into work. Fucking feeling sorry for myself, like shaking because my nervous system's fucking frayed to fuck. Shaking, sleepless nights, insomnia for weeks. And you know what insomnia does for people, even if you're not anxious? That is fucking killer. Depersonalisation then kicks in because of all the constant worry and all the constant fucking internal thinking about your own state. Now brings on this weird dreamlike scenario where it feels like you're in a game, and you go through other symptoms like what do you fucking call it? Why is that literally gone off my head? You know, when you dream something and you're living in a dream, you know what I mean. I got the word can't come off my mouth, but I know I can fucking see it in the back of my mind. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And your kids become a blur. Your business becomes a blur. Short-term memory loss, like forgetting where I put stuff, and like then I'd worry about like, what if I fucking totally forget about everything? And that was a constant worry, because now you're in this vicious cycle of panic, and it's now become constant. And again, I had this little mindset thought, I'll always recover because I've recovered before. The biggest shift that I can give you in terms of real time message, not a fucking therapy bullshit, not medication bullshit, not supplement bullshit, is one, you've got to get the knowledge first. That breaks the loop in terms of fear. So if you can attach an answer to what the fucking hell's going on with your symptoms, you can automatically put some fucking common sense on it. So for me, as soon as I read the information of someone just basically figuring it out for me, that's what my book does, Turbulence. without fucking plugging it in there. You can go and get whichever book you want, but as long as you fucking focus on one plan, one recovery, one shift to move forward, that's what's going to get you somewhere. Yeah, this is the only time I'm ever editing a YouTube video. My video stopped working because my iPhone storage said it was full. So I had to just delete some videos and restart. But listen, we was at a point where, as I said, knowledge, right? So you need knowledge. So you basically need to apply the answers to what's going on in terms of your symptoms. So all the panic, all the depersonalisation, all the constant symptoms. I mean, if I listed the symptoms out here now, I mean 20, 30 plus in terms of symptoms that I could fucking explain to you. But they all sit under one umbrella, all right? And you treat them all the same. You'll understand that if you get the right information in front of you. 2, you need to get a hold of your habits, your lifestyle, the wellness that's going on in your day-to-day. That's the second part of it. Now, if anxiety has sent me a signal of I no longer enjoyed this fucking business, didn't enjoy my routine, now fueling myself for shit, and the biggest message it can send is to fucking change your situation. That is what anxiety is doing. I openly believe, you know, that is the truth, that it's a signal. There's a signal that it's trying to send you. And you know, fortunately, unfortunately, I now see it as a fortunate situation that this happened to me, and you do once you recover. But when you're going through it, it feels fucking unfortunate, and you end up becoming, you know, obviously low on confidence. It rips your confidence, low on self-esteem, because you ain't got control over this thing. So it starts fucking ripping your confidence up, and then your confidence then is zero in your life, zero in your business. Making decisions is fucking, you need confidence, you need self-esteem, right? So the signal that it's sending. So get hold of your wellness, get hold of your habits, get hold of your lifestyle, your exercise, your nutrition, your day-to-day routine, your morning, your evening routine. Get some fucking structure. And then thirdly, for me, is massive, identity. People speak about identity, right? You build your own identity through your own actions and through your own habits. And most of the time it becomes natural. So obviously if you're used to business and you're used to, obviously, you know, spending money and fucking all that sappy shit and driving a fancy car, you sort of have an identity attached to you. But sometimes you end up falling into that identity just naturally. You don't work on it. Again, fortunate or unfortunate, you put it however you want. This is an opportunity to build your fucking identity of what you want to be. You know, you want to be that powerful dad, you want to be that strong dad, you want to be that one that's driven mentally. You know, you don't just run a business for just the money sake, it's that side of things. You do it for opportunity, you do it for impact, you do it for the outcome for your own family, whatever it might be. Like, you need to understand the identity shift. So if you put those 3 pieces together, now you've got a program to follow. Now, I'll be honest with you, me working with individuals privately, I weren't never going to do it. Like, I weren't ever going to do it. I've written a book that'll help everybody, right? I've got another little program that will essentially be cost effective for a lot of people, right? But a lot of people aren't willing to even to buy a book. How fucked up is that? A book that's showcasing a message across somebody's entire life. But I'll be honest, I spent 10 grand on a program, right? 3.5 grand of that I put on a program, and in the first 2 weeks I realised this is exactly what I didn't need, right? I didn't need it. All right, I thought I did. The marketing side of things, and the guy that was selling me the program sold me a program because I was in a place of desperation, and it looked good from the front. His marketing were really good, and it felt like it was relatable, and the program was just fucking shite. It was bullshit, right? So I looked for another program, and I ended up working with an individual for 6 months, and again it cost me 6.5 grand, right? And the cost of programs for me ranges in terms of the reality of the individual. What is the individual? What situation are they in? How long do they need coaching for? And what are the stages that they currently need? That's for me, the biggest turning point. I got the information from the book the first time I recovered. I used the information again to recover, but I needed the next phase. I needed the next phase in terms of habits, lifestyle change. I needed identity shift, and I needed a new version of myself. I needed to rebuild myself from within. And that is exactly how I operate. I rebuild. Genuinely, it's for 12 weeks. And this is a massive one for me. And I'll leave you with this. If you're considering it, because now you're exactly the man who I've just been speaking about for the past 15 to 20 minutes. And you listen to the other YouTube videos, you've gone across my content, you've got my book. I want you to understand that I ain't gonna fucking babysit you. We ain't gonna do therapy. We're gonna do fucking a program that I've created based off my own personal experience over the past two decade and a half. Straight talking, no bullshit, straight to the point. I do a lot of things in my life that protects my energy. And if one of them is helping you progress to the next phase of your life because you're willing to invest time, money, energy into yourself, then I'll fucking openly help you create the next version of yourself, because I understand the struggle. If you're not in that position, go and get my book, because it answers a lot of the fucking right answers that you need. No bullshit, straight attached. That is the end of the video, because I think my battery's running out and my storage is definitely running out now. If you need help, you can go and book a call in one of my links. If you need the book, go and get the book in one of the links. And I wish you all success in your recovery journey.